Hi, this is Jeff McQuillan from ESLPOD.com. We had some really good questions. Last week I asked you to ask me questions about anything you wanted in English, and many of you did. Now, I won't have time to answer everyone's question, but I've taken several of those. There were actually two kinds of questions. There were questions about how to learn English, and then there were questions about some specific words or phrases in English. Today, I'm going to talk about the words and phrases in English, and in the next video, I'll answer some of the questions you had about how to learn English. So let's start with Ala. Ala wanted to know the meaning of the expression to hold someone accountable. To hold someone accountable means basically to make that person responsible for his or her actions, even if that means something bad. It often does mean some sort of punishment or something bad that happens to you because you did something wrong. So that's to hold someone accountable, to make them responsible for his or her actions. For example, if your teenage son borrows your car and he gets it dirty, well, he has to be held accountable. He has to be held responsible. He needs to clean your car at the very least, right? If he does that. Tatiana wants to know about the most common phrasal verbs with the verb to get. Well, Tatiana, this is a huge question because there are probably dozens of phrasal verbs with the verb to get. It's one of the most common verbs in the English language. I'm going to just take two of those to give you an idea of how different these phrasal verbs can be. These both come actually and are both explained in our Cultural English Lesson 564, once again on our website. The first to get phrasal verb is to get on with something. Now, to get on with something means to make progress in something, to advance your position or to get more work done. So, for example, your boss might say to you when you are supposed to be working on a project and instead you're talking on your cell phone, right? Or I guess this would be a cell phone. This would be a regular phone. You're talking on your cell phone and he may come up to you or she may come up to you and say, stop talking and just get on with it. Get on with this project. Start doing your work. Make progress on that particular thing. Another to get phrasal verb is to get along with. To get along with means to have a friendly relationship with someone, to not have any big disagreements, to be friendly with another person. So, for example, I get along with my father-in-law. We like to talk about baseball. He's easy to get along with. I don't get along with cats. I don't, if there's a cat, she and I are not going to be friends, okay? I don't get along with cats. And cats don't get along with me. All right, next question comes from Farid. And actually, there's similar questions from Denise. Farid and Denise want to know about prepositions like for and of and with. When do you use which of those? Well, unfortunately, Farid and Denise, we could be here all day, just like talking about phrasal verbs. We could be here all day. Here's the thing about prepositions. They're one of the parts of the language that are most variable, that change meaning depending on what you use it with. So, although it would be nice to say, here are a list of rules you can follow, that's impossible with prepositions. Some people say prepositions are the words that are the most difficult to translate because they can mean different things in every language, and within that language can mean different things. So unfortunately, that's not really a good way. Trying to explain that to you would be possible because there aren't any good rules that you can follow most of the time. However, I did write a blog post and I put the URL, the link in this post. You can look down below, and where I talk about how you can improve your English through reading, because doing a lot of reading will allow you to pick up those prepositions, to acquire, we say, those prepositions. So take a look at that blog post, and I think that will help you. The next question comes from Adil, and Adil's question is about how to use or what are the real English pronouns. Again, very big question. There actually aren't that many pronouns in English. You can look on the internet and find that. But in terms of acquiring them, in terms of getting them so that you can use them correctly, it's just a matter of doing a lot of listening and a lot of reading, and you'll get it. Don't worry about it. Finally, we have a question from Florian. Florian wants to know the meaning of the word tough, especially when it appears at the end of a sentence or just by itself. Well, you probably know that tough means difficult. We have a whole lesson in our Unlimited English series about tough, Daily English lesson number 19, tough negotiations. So that will give you some additional definitions. But the meaning of tough, usually when it's by itself, usually it means too bad. For example, your teenage son complains that he has to wash your car because you were holding him responsible for getting it dirty. And he says, "Oh, Dad, I don't want to do it." And you might just say to him, tough, meaning too bad. You have to do it. You don't have an option. That's the meaning of tough, usually when it is by itself like that. Just one more quick question from Malgorzata and Eliseo. I apologize for my pronunciation. They asked about more posts about business and economic topics. I actually have two recommendations for you. We have a lot of blog posts on our old blog or on our current blog that are not on Facebook about business and economics. And if you go to our blog page, and again the link is in this post, we have a whole section of blog posts on business and economic vocabulary that you can enjoy. We also have some special courses in business English that you can find on our website. Go to eslpod.com. That's all I have time for today. Thank you for your questions. Next time, we'll answer your questions about how to improve your speaking, your reading, your writing, and your listening in English. From Los Angeles, California, from beautiful Los Angeles, California, come back and watch us next time.